Next up, at UFC Mexico, we have Mel Costa taking on Christian Rodriguez. C-Rod is 12-2 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He is on a 2-fight win streak. He's taking on, oh no, is it a 2-fight win streak?
For who?
4-1 in his last 5.
No.
1-fight win streak. He's bouncing back. His first fight at 145 that he won. He's taking on Mel Costa, 22-7 in his career. He is 3-2 in his last 5. He is on a 2-fight win streak. Christian Rodriguez only has that 1 loss in his last 5. And that was to a UFC veteran, Julian Erosa. And that's what's tricky about C-Rod, because C-Rod is the prospect killer. It's official. Jacob and I were there live in person at UFC Vegas 101 when he beat Austin Bashi. The other person that was there live was Anthony Showtime Pettis. And he obviously trains with C-Rod and everybody else at that crew. And when Pettis was in the lobby, I went up to him. I was like, hey, that was a crazy fight for C-Rod. And he was like, this kid just keeps winning. I'm like, dude, he's a prospect killer. He's like, he is absolutely 100% a prospect killer. And that's what C-Rod has been doing. He just shows up. Everybody says he's not going to win his fight. And then he somehow wins the fight. And you can contest it. He's got a lot of contested wins. A couple of weird decisions. A couple of circumstances. He missed weight. Like lots of weird. There's almost never a clean, easy C-Rod win. It seems like his last win was one that most people agree on. Jacob and I were there live in person. It felt close. It felt like you could argue for Austin, but that is not what the rest of the universe says. So
I had it
maybe
30-24 Austin.
I mean, 100% genuine. In person, it felt like Austin won that fight. And then based off of 100%, not 90, not 80, 100% of the comments on YouTube, okay, then definitely the in-person feel and the on-stream feel were different because nobody thought Austin won that fight from afar. And it is what it is. C-Rod continues to defy those odds, continues to beat those prospects, but the 2 times that he fought a non-prospect, he did lose. And that might be a factor here. He's taking on Mel Costa. Mel Costa is not a young prospect. He is a prospect by some definitions, but he's not a young guy without UFC experience. He's got a good amount of UFC experience, well-rounded guy, creative striking, solid grappling, good takedowns. They can be forced, but he is strong enough, patient enough to get you to the cage, drag you to the ground, make something work. We know he's got good jiu-jitsu. We know he can make things happen. He strings together combinations well, and he's coming off that submission win over Andre Fili, where he was Jacob's underdog lock of the week. Do you know which one he was in that 6-fight win streak?
2, wasn't he? 1 or
2? There we go. And it was a great, to kick the streak off, it might have been. It was a great underdog pick against Andre Fili, who was fighting at home. And it seems to be the energy that a lot of people are bringing into this fight. People are loving Mel Costa this week against, it was 2, against Christian Rodriguez. The reality is, I have never picked a Christian Rodriguez fight correctly. Ever. Not one time, ever. When I pick him to win, he loses. When I pick him to lose, he wins. I have never picked him correct. I'm going to pick him here, so do with that information what you want. The reason I'm going to pick him here is he does have clean striking. He has proven that the kid can defend takedowns. He can scramble well. He can stay on his feet. He has proven that he has unbelievable composure, even though he's a pretty young guy. He's proven that he can just win fights, whether he wins them authentically or somehow convinces the judges he should have won. This dude wins fights. I have never picked a C-Rod fight correctly. I am going to pick him to win here. Do whatever the hell you want with that information. But the last caveat I'll give you before I hand it to Jacob is I mentioned he has lost 2 times. Both of those losses are to non-young UFC prospects. He was taken down relentlessly by Jonathan Pierce. Julian Erosa subbed him. Mel Costa could fall into that category of not like a young, crazy, do dumb shit kind of prospect. Mel Costa's proven at this point, but I am going to stick on the C-Rod side. What do you think, Jakey boy?
My favorite part, and I think I can't remember if I texted you this or not. My favorite part about the whole Mel Costa stuff this week is because I was considering him for lock of the week, and all the comments are, dude, it should be Costa. It should be Costa. Every single motherfucker that was telling me, dude, Dude, Andre Feely's gonna fucking smoke Costa, dude. Andre Feely's gonna fucking smoke Costa. It's the same, you know who the fuck you are, too, is the same motherfuckers that are like, I can't believe you're not picking Costa against C-Rod. I can't believe he's not your lock of the week against fucking C-Rod. I would be very fucking careful picking Mel Costa this week against a guy like C-Rod, especially at a fight at fucking Elevation, because if there's one thing that C-Rod has shown in his career is that when things start to get tough, when things start extending, when there's these extending grappling situations and things, he always wins those fights, except for the Jonathan Pierce. But Jonathan Pierce is a little bit different. He's kind of fucking relentless. But the reason why he's winning all these fights is because these young process come in, blow their load, and then he starts taking over. It is interesting that he lost to Erosa in literally the exact same fashion that Costa beat Feely. Like, got taken down in just kind of a slow motion, reach over guillotine and pull the guillotine. I don't think that's going to happen again. The reason why I worry about Costa is a couple things. One, he can be taken down, right? Feely got that takedown pretty easily, and I have to imagine C-Rod's going to get caught twice in the same type of guillotine. Now, Ricardo Hermosa's done that a few times now, but I have to imagine C-Rod's going to be well aware of that. The second thing, I'm going to actually say three things here. The second thing is Costa does get hit. Andre landed a nice shot, and on the feet, C-Rod is a kind of in-your-face, keeps the pressure on boxing. The third thing is Costa loves space that I don't think C-Rod's going to give him, and in that space, he loves kicks. Kicking, a lot of powerful kicks. That zaps a lot of energy out of you. Angelo, you know, when you're throwing all that body weight into a kick, it's a lot harder than when you're just pumping out a jab. And at 8,000 feet, that's a cause for concern that even if this starts playing out, when your whole game plan is kicks, those really start to wear you down. If this gets into a dirty dog fight, I got to take C-Rod in that fight. The issue is, almost religiously, I can't fucking pick C-Rod. Like, fuck that dude. I can't fucking pick C-Rod. Fuck that dude, man. Isaac Dolgarian's my fucking boy. Isaac Dolgarian fucking smoked this dude. It was the biggest robbery I've ever seen. I've got my own personal beef with C-Rod. Last time he fought against Bashy, he looks through the fence right at me and fucking flips me off, gives me the finger. I didn't say a fucking word to this fucking dude. I'm just sitting there minding my own business, gave him a little thumbs down. Guy couldn't handle his fucking emotions, flips me off in the middle of a fight. So fuck C-Rod. I'm going with Mel Costa in this fight. But I do worry. He seems like he's the public dog. A lot of times the public dog really kind of falls flat. C-Rod is he's a tough, durable dude, but fuck that dude, man.
Here is a picture. I don't know why the left one is vertical. That's not how this was established. But here is a picture. Jakey Boy and I were there live. My first ever time to the Apex. Jacob had been there a few times. We were there for C-Rod's last fight. As you can see in this picture, I don't know why the hell it's vertical, but the whole camp is sort of waiting at the entrance of the runway there to walk to the cage. And as they're waiting, Jacob just thumbs down, nothing, not a middle finger.
I didn't say a fucking word to him.
Didn't yell, didn't say, just thumbs down, took a picture of the thumbs down to send it to Isaac Dolgarian. Honestly, all innocent bullshit. Who cares? He's, not a big deal. The picture on the right-hand side, however, is C-Rod holding Austin Bashy against the cage, looking over directly at Jacob.
I was at the fight with my two young boys. If you guys don't know, I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old. And I was sitting there like, oh, look at this. This is a great fight, boys. Like, look at this fight. Like, oh, see, and I was trying to explain the position they were in. I was like, look, everyone, look. See this position? It's a little bit of he's got the overhook. And then C-Rod looks at my sons right in the face and goes, fuck you, little boys. And I was like, whoa, C-Rod.
That's what this is. If you look at this still image on the right-hand side, that is C-Rod looking. Listen, this like white hand and this gray shirt, that's me. That's me to the far right. That's me. Right next to me is Jacob and his two young children. And C-Rod's just looking right at us. Thumb out. Dude, thumb out. Here's like, hey, guys, screw you. This is fuck you. Screw you. Fuck you. Yeah, these are very different. This is what
I do, too.
Yeah, these are very different.
Because last time I was at the Apex, I gave the guy the fuck you.
Dude, thumbs out is very different.
And literally the best part was I was sitting there. He like looks, makes direct eye contact with me, does it, and I was like, I looked to the guy next to me. I was like, and he was like, and the guy next to me was so funny. I look at him and he goes, like, no, that was to you. Like that wasn't me, that was to you. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, what the fuck did I do?
I just hate that I just didn't happen to be recording at that moment. We were filming a vlog, but I didn't have just like a camera going. So
he seems like he was cool about it afterwards. I put it on there.
Very cool about it.
I just put it this week too about I was like happy C-Rod fight week, and I put the clip of him actually doing it. And he sent me a DM and said like I love you or whatever. So
yeah, no, he definitely
he seems like a fun guy, but fuck that.
Definitely
dude.
Seemed to have a good time.
I'm Team Isaac for life. Fuck C-Rod.
This should actually be, listen, every C-Rod fight that he's in somehow ends up being controversial, somehow ends up being the talk of the town.
That's another situation where it's like I didn't do anything and I'm in the middle of something.
Yeah, you do end up in a lot of random controversy.
The only thing I'd started myself was when I looked that guy dead in the eye and I said, fuck you.
I'm picking C-Rod. Jakey Boy's picking Mel Costa. The odds here are interesting. They're not far, but they're not close either. Like right smack middle of the road here. It is going to be an interesting battle. I do think this goes over 2.5. I think we have a decision here. Both of these guys are durable. Both of them will actually put on some heat as well, but I think we're going to end up in a decision here, especially at elevation. $8,400 in DraftKings Fantasy for C-Rod. I actually don't think he's worth that money because he doesn't shoot takedowns. He doesn't end up with control time. He doesn't get knockdowns. He just controls the pace, moves forward, lands some strikes.
He's going to be taking Melk down, I think.
You think he's shooting to offensive takedowns?
Melk's pretty easy to take down, and he can control him on the ground. Especially 8,000 feet, you just wear this guy down. He's coming off a fight. I mean, not even real fight camp, honestly. He just fought 6 weeks ago. So
yeah, Mel Costa. And what is interesting here is that it's not as if C-Rod had at least not publicly, a different opponent who dropped out and Melk is stepping up on short notice. This is just put together, right? Unless you know something I don't know.
I know a lot of things that you don't know.
Okay, yeah, like how to fucking
ruin marriages.
the best gauge tint for a van. Creep.
Why would he have windows on a van?
Exactly my point. If you do want to unlock all the picks, the bets, the tools, and everything else, WeWantPicks.com. It is by far the most comprehensive, robust, most complete solution to your fight night needs. Go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member. Literally everything you could ever want or need heading into it's fucking $10. The sales pitch takes longer than $10 worth of time. It's $10. If you sign up right now, you get clean through UFC 314, which is shaping up to be the best pay-per-view of the year.
Is that Volk and
it is, and the co-main event is Patty and Michael Chandler. We get the premiere of Pitbull.
I was just kind of sitting there thinking about that today, and I was like, I think Chandler might be able to fucking knock that dude out.
Dude, I mean, Patty's chin, the dude is like sniffing the highest air possible. Like his chin is way up in the air. And Michael Chandler will swing.
I mean, he's kind of almost beat everybody. He almost knocked out Chandler. He almost knocked out Oliveira. I mean, he's fucking...
My issue with it is
he's had real good success against Dustin as well. Are you kind of hedging the Chandler side as well?
I'm going to pick Patty. Spoiler alert. The only reason, I don't even know what the odds are. I imagine Patty's a favorite. The only reason I'm going the Patty side, though, is because even though Michael Chandler is either a Division I champion or Division I All-American, that dude was just out-wrestled by Charles Oliveira. And Charles Oliveira is good at everything. We know that. But he out-wrestled the shit out of him. He didn't catch him in some scrambles. He out-wrestled him start to finish, and if Patty just moves forward and shoots takedowns, then clearly he can win. That's the problem.
Somebody said about Patty, I can't remember who it was, that he learned judo because he's not tough enough to wrestle.
That's a funny comment.
I can't remember who said that.
I also saw people saying Patty the Sadie after Molly lost with him like crying, but that's like his best friend, so like you can't give him a hard time for that.
Hell, I almost was in fucking tears when Brundage won that lock of the week when I was there. So yeah, I couldn't imagine if it was like my actual
best friend,
like camp, like in camp, and they were retiring and stuff. Especially when she went out too. Like, obviously people have whatever they say about Molly, but it's always tough to see somebody with that type of charisma and fan support go out like that. But I called that.
Dude, Molly retired as cool, the coolest possible way you could retire on a loss. Molly did. Like for the most part, you lose and you retire and you're like, I just love you guys. Molly was like, if I can't beat her on 1 week's notice, I can't beat anybody, and I shouldn't be here. But I thank everybody for having me here. Like, that is literally the perfect retirement in those circumstances. Like, literally.
We love people that are self-aware.
Like, honestly, when people were shitting on Molly, and I hate that she has to see that on the internet because, like, yeah, her skills weren't there, but she was never a fucking bitch. She showed up, fought her ass. What the fuck, your mother bust in the room?
No, it's like pouring down rain right now. I didn't even know it was supposed to rain.
Oh, I don't hear it yet. Maybe it's on its way here. I actually did get a thunderstorm alert on my phone, so.
It's just a mini little thing, but I was like, what the fuck?
All right, let's move on to the next one. We'll hit the super chats after the next one.